Hi Team Posh, my name is Robin Darby. I am a Silver Premier and today I'm coming to you from a rather odd place to talk to you guys about something that is really super important to me, and that is work-life balance. So we all know that work and life mean a lot of different things, right? We have our life, we have our family, we have our hobbies, we have our posh work, and for a lot of us, we also have work. Now, the reason I'm talking to you in this outfit, in this particular room, this is actually a conference room at the hospital that I work in as an OR nurse. I work 40 hours a week, really weird hours, long stretches of time, and I have had to learn a lot of tips and tricks and a lot of being able to budget my time between my outside work and my posh work and my life. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about a little bit today, because I promise you can all do this. Take it from me. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So when we're talking about work-life balance, what we're really talking about is making sure that you don't get burnt out, making sure that your family feels like you still love them and appreciate them and want them to be there, that your posh work doesn't suffer, that if you have an outside job, your outside job doesn't suffer. And we need to keep all of these plates basically spinning in the air without dropping any of them and without avoiding any of them. Otherwise, none of it works, right? So I've come up with some ideas, some things that work for me. And I'm going to tell you a couple of those, and then hopefully you can take those and fit it into your own situation so that you get a very nice happy balance going into our busiest time of the year, which is the holiday season. Okay, my number one tip, like I said, I'm coming to you from my job. Now, you'll hear Ann say this a lot, all over the place. Carry a notebook everywhere you go, especially if you're one of those people who gets really distracted or you compartmentalize, so your work life is your work life and your posh life is your posh life and so forth. Carry a notebook with you wherever you go, because that way you know whenever you have a contact you need to make, whenever you think of something really awesome, whenever you incentivize your team or offer things out to your customers, write it down. It doesn't matter where you are when it happens. What's important is that you get it written down on paper so that your brain doesn't accidentally forget it when you're out of that environment. I have a lot of people that contact me throughout the day while I'm at my nursing job, and I can't always talk to them, and I can't always remember that I have talked to them. So if I don't write it down in my little handy dandy notebook that fits in my pocket, there's a really high chance that it's going to flit off into the universe. When I forget things that I need to do for my posh business, it bleeds over into my personal life, right? So it bleeds over into time with my family, because then I'm scrambling to remember what I forgot. And we all know that stress is a terrible thing to have when you're trying to remember and trying to get organized. So get a notebook, carry a notebook around with you wherever you go. It doesn't have to be fancy, just something you can write in, so that whenever you have a posh thing, wherever you are, you remember it and you put it in the book, so that while you're doing your posh time, your posh work time, you can go back to your book and say, okay, I have to do this. The second thing, and the thing that I think is really and truly the most important part of a work-life balance situation, is setting time limits for yourself. In the corporate world, if you have a job, and you go to that job for X number of hours a day, X number of days a week, and you know what your schedule is. So you know on those days you're going to work. The same thing needs to be happening for your posh business, guys. You need to be scheduling your work time. Nobody in posh should be working 60 hours a week, because if you say you are, you're probably not. There's probably a lot going on that's busy work, but it's not intentional work. So schedule your posh time. Schedule 45 minutes, schedule 15, whatever you can work into your life, schedule that. The other, and that's when you do your work. That's when you go to your notebook. That's when you contact your customers. That's when you are the one intentionally working on your business. You need to schedule your personal life too, guys, as much as you can. I know for me, I say Saturdays are for Darby. Darby's my husband. Saturdays are for my husband and for my son. I almost not at all touch my business on Saturdays because those are set aside 100% family days. And that makes it very, very, very apparent to my husband and my family that I do value them. I do want to be a part of their lives. And I have intentionally put aside that day so that they know that we can go do things. They know that my business is not going to come first on that day. So there's a balance for them as well. When you're talking about work-life balance, you really have to look at yourself, look at your own needs, look at where you need to go with what and when. And it's all about scheduling, guys. It's about telling yourself what your priorities are on what day, and it's about sticking to it. So I hope you guys, this is longer than I wanted it to be, but this is my favorite subject. I hope you guys have gotten a little bit of information. I could talk about this forever, so if anybody has any specific questions or you want to talk about this further, please post in the comments on the video. You can send me a friend request. I would love to talk to you guys about this more. Thank you so much for listening to me, and you'll have a wonderful day. Bye.